Welcome back, Love Nation. This is Nina. Like, share, and subscribe. You guys, we have some weekend breaking news. Jay-Z has now seemed to have filed suit against lawyer Tony Buzbee after the suit with the Jane Doe was dismissed by Jane Doe a few days ago. Now it seems like Jay-Z is coming back to sue Tony Buzbee. I have a little bit of his complaint, which will basically give you the gist of the details from Jay-Z's point of view and the harm and effect that it had on him and his family as well as his company. Also, it's a couple things I wanted to point out to you guys I found to be kind of peculiar. That there's still a mysterious second John Doe still involved in this. So we'll be reading this document together. Again, it's only a few pages. It's definitely dropping some gems, and I definitely want to know what you guys think. Without further ado, let's get into this weekend breaking news. Back, Love Nation, this is Nina. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that has been coming to my channel. Make sure you like this video, share this video, and hit that notification bell so you guys know when I drop my next one. We have a case update. The accuser of the Jay-Z allegations now has dropped the lawsuit, which was filed by Tony Buzbee. Now, Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z, is now going after him in a lawsuit. This is a very, very brief statement that I am going to read. It's about 4 pages. I definitely want to know what you guys think below. And here we go. This is the declaration of Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. And he declares as follows: I am the plaintiff in this action. I make this declaration in opposition to defendant's special motion to strike unless otherwise noted. I have personal knowledge of facts stated herein, and if called upon to testify, I could and would competently testify thereto. In November of 2024, I received demand letters from Anthony Buzbee, falsely accusing me of vile conduct. Each was dated November 5th of 2024. Mr. Buzbee wrote the first letter on behalf of someone he identified only as Jane Doe. Mr. Buzbee's letter stated that at a 2000 party in New York, I R-worded his client, who was then 13 years old, after someone had secretly pharmaceuticaled her. That accusation is false and ridiculous in every respect. Mr. Buzbee wrote his second letter on behalf of someone, the second letter on someone he referred to only as John Doe. In that letter, Mr. Buzbee stated that at a 2015 party in Beverly Hills, I SA'd John Doe, who was then 16 years old, after someone else had also secretly pharmaceuticaled him. That accusation is also false and ridiculous in every respect. These allegations, which I learned of for the first time through these demand letters, were shocking to me and have absolutely no basis in fact. I did not do what Mr. Buzbee and his clients accused me of having done. In both of these demand letters, Mr. Buzbee gave me a chance. Either A, I could attend a mediation at which he demanded that I be prepared to give each of his clients something of substance to address this situation, or if I did not agree to this by November 19th, B, he would take a different course in the form of causing a public spectacle over his accusations that I had supposedly R-worded his clients, and that he will file a public lawsuit against me. I understood Mr. Buzbee's demand for something of substance to be a demand that I pay him and his clients a large sum of money to buy their silence. These were blatant blackmail attempts. In the weeks leading up to Mr. Buzbee sending me these 2 demand letters, he had been engaging in a nonstop nationwide media blitz concerning Sean Combs, who you guys know is Diddy, who had been arrested for having SA'd men, women, and underage people over many years, often at parties that he had hosted. Mr. Buzbee claimed in media interviews and press conferences to represent 120 such people. And he claimed that others, including well-known recording artists and music industry entrepreneurs, had participated in said criminal activities. Mr. Buzbee made it clear that he was going to take his clients to law enforcement officers and agencies to see the unnamed perpetrators landed in jail. He stated that he planned to not only pursue such said persons through civil litigation, but also to encourage his clients to pursue these persons through the criminal justice system, whether by going to the FBI, the Department of Justice, or other law enforcement authorities. He warned that the indictment against Mr. Combs, Diddy, will grow and that other people will be implicated. And he threatened that anyone involved with Diddy's alleged misconduct should be prosecuted and put underneath the jail. Given that he had made these public statements right before he sent me the demand letters, it was clear to me that the demand letters conveyed a threat to have his clients report me to the police if I didn't meet his demands for compensation. Mr. Buzbee's threats of a criminal referral became even clearer 1 week after he sent me the letters. He went on TMZ and made more threats. He told the host, Harvey Levin, that he was encouraging all his clients to talk to law enforcement authorities. I know that lawyers sent demand letters, but these demand letters were different. They came on the heels of Mr. Buzbee's widely disseminated public accusations that he was going after people in the music business that he claimed had participated in Diddy's crimes. Then he sent me the 2 letters that specifically accused me of having participated in Diddy's criminal conduct. I was deeply concerned that if I did not pay his clients something of substance, that Mr. Buzbee intended to create a public spectacle and take his clients to criminal authorities to convince them to prosecute me. I didn't think that there was any other way to read those letters, if not as he assured me in the letters, that he was no longer planning to take his clients to the FBI or other law enforcement authorities to pursue criminal proceedings against me. He was still saying that. As a result, I took Mr. Buzbee's demand letters to communicate to me that if I did not agree within the next 2 weeks to ultimately pay his clients substantial amounts of money, he would falsely brand me in the media as a file, and also file lawsuits against me by claiming falsely that I had done these horrible things in an attempt to bring the criminal justice system down on me by having his clients make false accusations against me to the FBI and other law enforcement agencies. It is no exaggeration that I viewed this as an existential threat to my reputation, my career, my family, and everything else I spent my life achieving. And because it was all predicated on completely false accusations, I considered Mr. Buzbee to be blackmailing me. I felt enormous pressure to protect my family from Mr. Buzbee's threats and to preserve my professional reputation. I felt mental anguish knowing someone, Mr. Buzbee, was attempting to maliciously destroy me, my livelihood, and my family. I felt that Mr. Buzbee was placing a pow-pow to my head that I either bow to his demands or endure personal and financial ruin. His actions caused me mental anguish about the ticking time bomb and what it would do to me, my family, and my hard-earned reputation. I refused to be intimidated or extorted by Mr. Buzbee. After receiving his demand letters, my lawyer contacted Mr. Buzbee's firm to find out information regarding his DOE clients and the basis for their false allegations. Mr. Buzbee's associate refused to provide any information about their false allegations unless I signed a non-disclosure agreement, which is an NDA. Mr. Buzbee himself never returned the call. Meanwhile, Mr. Buzbee continued to spread false claims about me to the press. He also alluded to it being me who he was bringing a claim against, including by commenting on, liking, and engaging with social media comments speculating that I was the person, celebrity A, that he intended to name in a lawsuit that would allege that I had SA'd his clients. In December of 2024, Mr. Buzbee made good on his threats by adding me as a defendant to a lawsuit that he had already filed on behalf of Jane Doe. He also made good on the threats to accuse me publicly and outside of the court system of R-wording someone underage. In fact, before filing the lawsuit, he even contacted NBC reporter to discuss he would soon be naming me in the lawsuit. And he continued his threats to report his targets to law enforcement agencies for criminal investigation. Among other things, he stated to TMZ again that he would not be ruling out filing charges against me with New York prosecutors. When I read this, I was shocked, appalled, and devastated. It was incredibly painful for my wife and me to sit down with our children, one of whom is at age where her friends would surely see the press and ask questions about these claims and explain this. I mourn this loss of innocence for my children, including one who is around the age that the female minor claims to have been when she falsely claimed that these heinous acts happened. I am heartbroken that my children have to endure hearing these things about their father, especially at their young age. Although my utmost priority is my family, I was also concerned about the impact these false accusations would have on my career and, more importantly, the negative effect it could have on all the people who work with me. I know these false allegations, like the ones Mr. Buzbee has levied against me, can be career-ending and threaten to destroy what I have worked so hard to build. Mr. Buzbee's actions undermined my relationship and my company, Roc Nation's relationship with other businesses in sports and entertainment space. We have agreements to produce entertainment programs for certain sporting events. After Mr. Buzbee filed the lawsuit, the media reported that other businesses could end their deals with Roc Nation and force one to speak out and address whether these false allegations would end our business relationship. Immediately after Mr. Buzbee went public with his false accusations, my company, Roc Nation, lost other contracts in sports and entertainment spaces that would have generated revenues of approximately $20 million per year. I just wanted to show you guys the gist of what Jay-Z documented in his now suit of, I believe, millions of dollars against Buzbee. I definitely want to know what you guys think below with respect of Jay-Z's countersuit. And I'm also very curious about this John Doe situation, the second accuser, whom of which we have not heard much information about as of the writing of this recording. Apparently, there's still a second person floating out there. Those charges have not been dropped yet. So I'm very curious about that aspect of what we just read here. Share your opinions below. If anything else breaks about this case, I will be coming back. Again, like, share, subscribe, donate if you can. Have a good day, you guys. Bye.